It's difficult to imagine a world without Coca Cola, the most popular soft drink on earth. How Coca Cola came into existence. In this video, you will learn how Coca Cola grew from a bottle of syrup sold in a store to a billion-dollar empire. Pharmacist John Stith Pemberton created the original formula on May 8, 1886. Born January 8, 1831, in Knoxville, Georgia, Pemberton earned his medical degree at age 19 from the Reform Medical College of Georgia in Macon. He practiced some medicine and surgery early in his career, later opening his own drug store in Columbus, Georgia. During the Civil War, Pemberton fought for the South, rising to the rank of lieutenant colonel. He moved to Atlanta after the war, where he began selling patent medicines and operated his own laboratory, the Pemberton Chemical Company. One of the products he sold was called Pemberton's French Wine Coca, a drink made of wine and cocaine extract that was prescribed as a cure for nervous disorders, headaches, and other ailments. The beverage was very similar to Vin Mariani, an extremely popular coca-based drink developed in Paris in 1863. When Atlanta forbade the sale of alcohol in 1885, Pemberton changed the formula and began selling only Coca-Cola syrup. That year, Pemberton mixed a version of the syrup in a brass kettle in his backyard that would later become Coca-Cola. It contained extracts of cocaine and of cola nuts, a rich source of caffeine, and sugar for sweetening instead of wine. Pemberton took the concoction to Jacob's Pharmacy nearby for tasting. There, it was mixed with carbonated water as a soda. It was to be sold as a brain tonic and offered as an ideal temperance drink. His bookkeeper, Frank Robinson, came up with the name Coca-Cola and also developed the script style that remains the company's logo. Auction to Jacob's Pharmacy nearby for tasting. There, it was mixed with carbonated water as a soda. It was to be sold as a brain tonic and offered as an ideal temperance drink. His bookkeeper, Frank Robinson, came up with the name Coca-Cola and also developed the script style that remains the company's logo. At first, interest in the tonic was relatively low. Though Pemberton had attracted investors and devoted some time to promoting the drink, he seemingly saw no real potential in the formula. When Atlanta repealed its prohibition laws in 1887, he resumed his focus on his original wine Coca drink. He died later that year, on August 16. Through a series of transactions, another Atlanta pharmacist, Asa Griggs Candler, gained ownership of the entire enterprise by 1891. He hired Robinson to do direct advertising. They began selling Coca-Cola in bottles and also selling syrup to independent bottling companies through licensing agreements. By the end of the decade, Coca-Cola had become one of the nation's most popular fountain drinks, sold all over the United States as well as in Canada. During the company's early years, the Coca-Cola formula was altered several times. Until 1905, it contained extracts of cocaine and a cola nut. Candler removed the cocaine and added citric acid and a variety of fruit flavors. The end of the soda fountain and the rise of the bottling industry. Until the 1960s, both small-town and big-city dwellers enjoyed carbonated beverages at the local soda fountain or ice cream saloon. Often housed in the drugstore, the soda fountain counter served as a meeting place for people of all ages. Often combined with lunch counters, the soda fountain declined in popularity as commercial ice cream, bottled soft drinks, and fast food restaurants became popular. Advertising efforts. I'd like to buy the world a Coke. In 1969, the Coca-Cola Company and its advertising agency, McCann Erickson, ended their popular "Things Go Better with Coke" campaign, replacing it with a campaign that was centered on the slogan, "It's the real thing." Beginning with a hit song, the new campaign featured what proved to be one of the most popular ads ever created. The song, "I'd Like to Buy the World a Coke," was the brainchild of Bill Backer, the creative director on the Coca-Cola, as he explained to songwriters Billy Davis and Roger Cook, "I could see and hear a song that treated the whole world as if it were a person the singer would like to help and get to know. I'm not sure how the lyrics should start, but I know the last line." With that, he pulled out the paper napkin on which he had scribbled the line, "I'd like to buy the world a Coke and keep it company." On February 12, 1971, "I'd Like to Buy the World a Coke" was shipped to radio stations throughout the United States. It promptly flopped. The Coca-Cola bottlers hated the ad, and most refused to buy airtime for it. The few times the ad was played, the public paid no attention. Backer persuaded McCann to convince Coca-Cola executives that the ad was still viable but needed a visual dimension. The company ultimately approved more than $250,000 for filming, one of the largest budgets ever devoted to a television commercial at the time. A commercial success. The television ad, "I'd like to buy the world a Coke," was released in the United States in July 1971, and the response was immediate and dramatic. By November of that year, Coca-Cola and its bottlers had received more than 100,000 letters about the ad. The demand for the song was so great that many people called radio stations and asked DJs to play the commercial. "I'd like to buy the world a Coke" made a lasting connection with the viewing public. Advertising surveys consistently identify it as one of the best commercials of all time, and the sheet music continues to sell more than 30 years after the song was written. A tribute to the success of the campaign, the commercial resurfaced over 40 years after it first launched, making an appearance in the 2015 finale of the hit TV show Mad Men. The birth and death of New Coke. On April 23, 1985, the trade secret, New Coke formula was launched in response to declining sales in an increasingly competitive cola market. However, the new recipe was considered a failure. Coca-Cola fans had a negative, some say hostile, reaction to the new recipe, and within 3 months, the original cola that captured the hearts and taste buds of the public returned. The return of the original cola taste came with the new branding of Coca-Cola Classic. New Coke remained on the shelves, and in 1992 it was rebranded Coke 2 before finally being discontinued in 2002. As of 2017, Coca-Cola is a publicly traded Fortune 500 company with more than $41.3 billion in annual revenue. The company has a workforce of 146,200 employees, and its products are consumed at a rate of more than 1 billion drinks per day.